2000 Wounded Eagle dollar. What is it? How did it happen? How much is it worth? We're going to talk about that in this video because they can still be found in circulation. They can still be found in rolls. Wrap rolls, I get rolls in here sometimes and I'm always looking. I had a customer come in and almost every coin in the roll was a Wounded Eagle. It was a bank wrap roll they found locally and opened it up and saw the variety in those rolls, several of them. They brought them in a coin shop, and I had a few of them on the site that I sold. Let's take a look at what it is first and what it's not. So this is over on my website, coinauctionshelp.com. You can always come over to my website, type in the search, and I usually have an article up, or at least a guide up, not to mention my videos, but guides over here on my website. This is where it all started in 2007. May of 2007, I started this site. And I'm trying to improve it and always trying to fix it and keep it updated. But anyways, we have 2000 Sacagawea Wounded Eagle dollar. And this is the picture of it. Now, this is a die gouged. No one knows for sure exactly what happened. Someone dropped a tool on the die, something, or scraped it or whatever. Maybe they scraped it on purpose with a small little tool. But this is what happened, and it caused raised little gouges. And what happened, this is the higher area of the die. This is the lower area of the die. So whenever you see the higher the raised area of a coin's design is, that's the deeper the die cavity. So it struck out some of it, okay, whatever was on the die, or it didn't strike down inside the cavity very much. It just on the shallower parts. But this is raised, and it's very important to note this is not a die crack, and this is not a scratch. Die cracks are more jagged. When something breaks, it doesn't break even. Almost never breaks even, especially on a coin die. Also, it is raised, so it's not a scratch. And I know there's people that have contact marks and scratches, and I've had people bring coins in, a lot of coins in, with just contact marks, thinking they have one of these. You see the mark here, and you'll see it here and here. So it's going to have all three of these that look just like this, and it has to be raised. I know that optical illusions can happen when you're looking at coins and reflections and shadows, and sometimes a contact mark will look raised or a scratch will look raised, but that's not the case. Once you see one of these in hand, then you'll know the difference. And you can buy them pretty cheap. I mean, they're not that expensive except in the higher grades. So I have a values of 150 and mint state 63 up to 5,068. You can come over to eBay and check out how much they're worth and see that one right here at 64 sold for $199. It's called the FS901. Okay, that's the catalog number for it. You'll find that in the Cherry Picker's Guide or Conecuh Variety Vista. But you have to watch out because there's a lot of people calling these Wounded Eagles when they're not. And there is another term for them. PCGS actually calls them Speared Eagle, and they have their values at 63 at 300 up to 8,250 and 68. So you can look at those values there. Then you have PCGS. They have 68 at 5,000 and all the way down to the lowest graded one, it looks like to me, was an AU50. It sold for 40 bucks. Not really worth grading in that grade, but still yet you would have an example to look for the mint state ones. Then we sold one or a few of them that we bought from that customer for $199. They were uncirculated. They had some spotting on them. That was one of the issues. You'll see that, like little darker gold spots. Now these dollars aren't gold. They're golden. You know, they're mostly copper, about 75% copper. Then we sold a mint state 65 for $450. That's a pretty good price to get. Then you can go over to the auction records at PCGS and see that one recently and sold in July of 2023 for $7,200. Now it was a PCGS mint state 68 and it sold at Heritage Auctions at the Long Beach Summer Fun U.S. signature auction. So that's so far I think that's the highest one that sold for most recently. But anyways, you can check that out too as well. You can see all these prices. But anyway, looking at this coin, so many people mix this up. So you have to make sure that it matches the images, and you can find images all over the internet, including my website here, to make sure that you do have an actual raised die gouge scratches into the die. If it's scratched into the die, it'll be raised on the coin. The design is raised on the coin because on the die it is incuse, and that means it's engraved into that, or impressed. I should say impressed is what I should say, because the working die is created by the master hub, and it's a squeeze method. That's how we have double dies and all that stuff. That's what happens. It's important to learn the coin minting process so that you can find one of these and know what you're looking at, and then know what not to look at. So be on the lookout for these, and thanks for watching my latest video. Please share my video, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day.